Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. We are back for part 21 of our Skylanders Giants blind playthrough. Originally, when I last recorded, I'd planned to go into Chapter 5, just kind of progress on. What I've actually decided to do now, something unexpected happened, that of course being last Thursday night, finding Sprocket and Flashwing in their triple packs. Obviously that brings in a lot of new characters. Similarly, I was able to finally pick up the Ignitor, Chill, and Zook triple pack, which I had pre-ordered and GameStop.com misshipped. So what I'm actually going to do now is just kind of come in and introduce, starting with, I guess, triple pack 2. We'll just kind of go down the line. I'm doing that because I really want to be able to get Chill, Sprocket, and Flashwing into the mix here. And then what I have decided to do, I mentioned several times just playing through or going back after each chapter. As you should know by now, if you've followed along or done any research or played yourself, there's 16 chapters and then the 4 adventure packs. That's 20 overall. As you know, I just did Cutthroat Carnival. We're ready to go into chapter 5. I'm thinking what I will do is after these character introductions are done, I'm probably going to come back in and just record a what we missed deal. Like here, I know it's that first section, Junkyard Isles, I'm not sure, Rumble Town, it was a soul, just little things like that. I think instead of me playing through the entire level again like I did last time, which really took a lot of time, I guess last time it wasn't too bad, but this time around the levels are just much more expansive, and to pick up things that you miss, you oftentimes have to go through, say like in Rumble Town, moving all those puzzle pieces to get to the point where the giant can then, backtrack at the very end and jump into the ground, etc. So what I'm thinking I'll do, I've got another save file I'm doing on hard mode that's not recorded. I'm doing that just in the event that there's an incident like the Weapon Master last time. Instead of me having to tell everyone to hold up, and taking all the extra time to play frantically back up to where I am, I will actually have a backup file, meaning if something terribly catastrophic happens in this one, then I can just come in on the hard save file, which I've got in the 4th slot, just play accordingly and hopefully miss that. I've yet to hear of anything like the Weapon Master glitch, but that said, when it happened to me, I'm sure other people had played through as well, and it's just basically a safety precaution. But long story short, I'll do character introductions and then I'll come back and either record 4 or 5 chapters at a time of what we missed. Either one would work out well. Obviously, it'd be 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12, 13 through 15, and then the final chapter type setup. We'll do the adventure packs at the end. I'm getting a lot of questions on that, but I wanted to cover all that here, just because, like I said, it's been asked quite a bit, and more importantly, that way it'll kind of take care of it. And since who I'm about to introduce has kind of already been introduced, and I know his heroic challenge well, I think I've got plenty of time, so we'll go ahead back out of here. That way it just kind of keeps you up to date with what I'm doing. I'll put it up on the blog, but I know a lot of people just stick to the videos. So anyway, when I was going through on the hard file, like I said, I'm trying to use the legendaries there. That way when I come in to level up, instead of having like Jet Vac at level 15 and then legendary Jet Vac with nothing, hopefully it'll kind of be more in line, and then I can just kind of springboard all the legendaries and other characters into this save file, and take the alternate upgrade pass. I think it'll just make for a better experience. But nonetheless, when we left off after I quit recording, I did actually go, I think I rumbled with Brock again with Ignitor or Fright Rider, and then I actually played a round of Sky Stones with Dreadbeard. just one round we actually won another Sky Stone, so you know, if anybody notices that later on, that's how that happened. But what I'm going to do now, we're going to start introducing the new characters we picked up. This will be Triple Pack 2. We will pull Legendary Igniter. I'm sorry, Legendary Jetpack. If you recall, obviously I already introduced the 3 legendaries from the Triple Pack, but this is Series 2 Igniter that I'm about to put on. We'll be seeing him for the very first time in standard form.
Slash and burn.
That's interesting. Nothing registered over there. Anyway, let's take a look at that. I'm kind of curious as to why it didn't. I don't know why it did not announce his arrival here. Anyway, well, back out of there. We'll take a look at his stats here.
No chinks in this.
I mean, I know I haven't used him yet. I'm not quite sure why it didn't, you know, come up that we'd added him. His stats, again, this is box stock, nothing done to him. Max health 240, speed 43, armor 12, critical hit 40, elemental power 25. No heroics, obviously no playtime just yet. We'll go ahead and take a look at his upgrades. Base attacks right now is the Flame Blade. Press A to swing your sword. Press AA, hold A to perform a combo. Flame Form Mortar. Launch your Flame Spirit in an arc at foes. First upgrade, Scorching Blade. Sword attack does increase damage. Flame Form. Control your Flame Form after launching it. That's actually very handy. Mega Slam, press Z, this is his tertiary attack, to perform a massive Mega Slam. Hold Z to delay the attack. Fire and Brimstone, Flameform Mortar does increase damage to a larger area. Again, very productive. Now we get to where you pick a path. This top one, this is Flameform Mortar. Dances with fire. Flameform moves faster and does increased damage. Incinerate. While in Flameform, press A to trigger a massive explosion. And Flameform Salvo, fire 2 additional Flameform Mortars that do extra damage. That's obviously, you know, his secondary path upgrade. The primary begins Order of the Burning Blade. This is where you kind of get into the Trident sword, I guess, if you will. Press AA, hold B for a fiery burst. Press AA, hold Z for a fire slam. Double Mega Slam. Hold the Mega Slam attack, that's again a Z button, long enough to do increased damage. And then Inferno Blade. This looks very cool. Sword gets larger and does even more increased damage. Again, I said this all the time last time, but I wish they'd kind of like spec that out for us here. Since this is Series 2 Igniter, we have not only the Soul Gem here, which is Fire Forged Armor. This is actually, when I did that unboxing, I always made a point to turn him and Legendary around so you could kind of see that. Just like with Bash and Slam Bam, they kind of highlighted the armor upgrades this time around. But that's what that is. And then main thing though, since this is a Series 2 Igniter, we have the Wow Pow Power. Igniters is the blue flame. In flame form or after a Mega Slam, leave a trail of blue fire. This sounds pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of Flame Slinger's Circle of Fire from Spyro's Adventure. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Plus, being blue in color, I think it'll just look really neat. So that's a you know, good little spin there. So it shows that we own him, I guess. Legendary Igniter must have unlocked his heroic challenge. Obviously, I know it did because we did it with Legendary Igniter. But if you saw on his stats, elemental power is 25, meaning it's not giving us a +7 for having another character. I take it what that basically means in a nutshell for everyone is that same deal it should be with Slam Bam. If you get the Legendary Triple Pack before, say, you pick up Series 2 Slam Bam, say you're holding out for the triple pack or something. When you bring in regular Series 2 Slam Bam, I guess it does not credit you with it. But we'll cut Flint off.
Ready for more training? All right, let's do it.
And you know the drill here. This one is mining is the key. I think it was number 11 last time. Plus 4 speed. There isn't really any strategy here. Just it's go as quick as you can. And the reason I say there's no strategy is this is one of those ones where they move the key every time. You know, that said, you know, once you've done it several times or with a few Skylanders, it kind of is second nature. So I don't envision any trouble here. This is one where you could have a fully maxed out Skylander, you know, say Ignitor's the last one you get and you've got all the heroics done. That'll have no impact on it. You know, there's a lot of them, if you recall from last time. Being maxed out or even just having a few upgrades on your attack made the challenges a complete pain. This is one, the more upgrades you have, just the easier it'll be, so nothing to stress about here. That said, we'll go ahead and get started. And I know that you've already seen this with Legendary Ignitor, but you know, some people don't have Toys R Us, some people won't be able to find it, some don't want to get Legendaries, so this kind of covers everything.
Keep mining until you find one, and watch out for those horrible trogs. Do this quickly enough, and you will
Again, with an earth element, you wouldn't even have to have the pickaxe, but everyone else does. So. First thing I like to do is come in and take out the spell punks, you know, your usual problem hazards, and then just kind of go from there. When I went through on the hard file, I've been using Crusher down there, trying to get him leveled up, and I have to say,
You have revealed the key.
he pretty awesome. You know, he can break these types of rocks with his gaze. You know, I mean, obviously I knew the hammer would do it, but I was kind of surprised that his secondary attack actually took care of it too. So, anyway, like I said, this is a type of deal, Earth Element Skylanders, it just makes it really easy to go through this one. It's not necessarily any easier if you can't find the key,
You have revealed the key.
but it just makes going through all of the rocks that much easier. So,
Open the gates.
I think Ignitor's voice is the same, actually. I do have to say, though, where we have these new flame archers, or whatever they're calling them, that I keep saying look like the habaneros. I actually miss the Skull and Bone guys. I really liked them. You know, I don't know, maybe see them later on, or some of the undead challenges, but I don't know, I just felt like they kind of fit better than some
You
of
have
these.
revealed the key.
Now there's actually some XP up here. You know, if you're not familiar with the challenge or you think time's an issue, you know, don't go back and get that stuff. It doesn't really amount to much, but
Open the gates.
pretty much all the Series 1 challenges that they've redone I'm completely comfortable with. You know, at least the ones that aren't, you know, too crazy. So.
You have revealed
But like
the
the
key.
speed challenges from last time, I mean, I know them very, very well. So. Worked out well that we already got that. I'm just going to go ahead and take out the spell pump to get the XP there. Again, that's not something you'd have to do. You know, if you feel confident about it, you just as well make the most of them. Ideally, the key would have been right there, and it would have saved us a lot of time. But when it's not, it's usually down here somewhere. You have to go up top.
You have revealed the
Wasn't
key.
too bad. Something I thought of when I was playing on my hard file earlier, I actually did that while waiting for, you know, the battleground states to get called. This is early Wednesday morning, right after the election. By the way, I don't think I dated this video. But I was just thinking about it in story mode. I'd like yet to come to an area where, you know, like I could use a water Skylander to go through water, you know, or a flying Skylander to get through it.
have revealed the key.
Well, this one was like super easy placement. I mean, all the keys were relatively just right there. So we'll go ahead and take these guys out, and then, you know the drill. We've got the Spell Punk and the 3 Arachnids in here, and then we'll get the luckiest charm. So.
You have revealed the charm.
I guess in this bowl of Lucky Charms, the rainbow is the last marshmallow standing. So it'd actually be funny if that alternated.
Challenge complete.
You know,
Excellent job.
as a little completely random observation. I do enjoy this part where we get solid numbers. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, but
That was seriously
I just wish they
fun
did
to
that
watch.
with like your upgrades,
Congratulations.
you know, kind of spec things out. But won't do another heroic there. Again, Igniter I'm very familiar with, so nothing too crazy there. Alright, it's kind of cool, you know, it's just after Halloween, Election Day. If this was a little later on, it'd be perfect, because I mean, it kind of looks like Christmas. But anyway, that was Igniter. We introduced him, took on his heroic challenge, and before we did all that, I kind of went over my immediate plans coming up. Which the cool thing, literally, is we're going to end this video and then come in with a brand new Skylander, Chill, of course. So, looking forward to that. Obviously, the new Skylanders will be totally new to me. Haven't watched the videos or, you know, done any research on them or anything. So, kind of, you know, looking forward to these 3, Chill, Sprocket, and Flashwing. Interestingly enough, all female. It'll be interesting to see how they all play out, and we'll kind of get our first experience with them here in the next installment. But anyway, there was a Series 2 Igniter. Again, the big thing with him being Series 2 is we will have access to his Wow Pow power. I'm trying to use the newer Skylanders in this main playthrough here the first time through. That said, in my other one, you know, once I kind of get the legendaries and Granite Crusher and whatnot up, I'll start coming in, take some of my favorites or the more popular ones people are requesting, try to use them just again so I can try and get as many as possible ready, like for a mass upgrade installment video. Granted, that'll be later on down the road, but anyway, just killing time here basically. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll come back part 22, check out Chill, and just continue from there. But questions, comments you can ask here on YouTube. For a much quicker response, I suggest you use the blog oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. I'm also on Google+. Again, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back for part 22.